Accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you, they was blocking the shine. Now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do.
Somebody behind you, DD?
Yo, you know, I gotta look back every once in a while. Look back to see where I came from. I'm going. Know where I'm going. Hallelujah. Wow. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on?
Yeah, most def. What's up? Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to a new episode of TK's Chronicles of a Black Sheep. Of course, somebody seeing stuff behind them. Mm-hmm. So, I guess the DA need to work that out.
You know, he don't act right. That's what that is. So he's scared.
We're talking about our ancestors. Yeah.
Oh.
I think today's gonna be a good show.
Oh.
It's gonna be a real good show. It's gonna be some. I got my tissue for the crying and shit. So yeah, it's gonna go down.
Oh dang, we finna be doing that.
That's what we should have.
I should have brought my tissue. I should have got something to drink. Like
you should have put no makeup on, cause all that finna be running down your face. Oh,
I'm gonna be like, I'm an ugly cry for real.
Uh-huh. You gonna hit that Miss Silly.
Ooh. And of course, we got Nika Pinks tonight, the ugly crier.
Tonight, I'm the flight attendant.
Wait. What? How are you the flight attendant? What the fuck? How? I'm confused. First, you go from hell on earth.
So bad.
The flight attendant. You serving drinks?
Hey,
where my peanuts?
What do you
Can a motherfucker get more than a little bag of peanuts?
Look, this is so plain tonight, okay? Ain't no damn peanuts.
So that means we got a box of chicken, some Hennessy.
Yeah, and you take your chicken with a piece of a napkin, get your piece of chicken,
pass
the box back.
Well, make sure I get the breast.
Oh, plain baby.
No, I want a thigh. I like thighs.
You could have that. I don't like thighs and legs, man. I like the wings though. I'm a wanger.
You a wanger?
I'm a well, not that kind of wanger, but I mean, I'm a wanger.
Probably is, just don't want to say nothing. Probably is, just don't want to say nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You got variety.
I feel like you talking about me.
Who's talking about you?
Yes. Wanger.
Love variety. Okay.
I'm not talking about nobody. I'm just repeating what I heard.
Wanger.
Mm-hmm.
I like my wings and things.
Yeah, man. So,
and I am your host, TK, the beautiful black sheep. While we at it, because we are
looking like what's her name from Jason Lyric? Wasn't Jason Lyric.
Poetic.
Yeah, Poetic Justice, Janet.
That wasn't Jason Lyric.
That's why I said Poetic Justice. I just changed it, Poetic Justice. If you were listening, I got my movies mixed up because what's her name was in that? Jada Pinkett was in Poetic Justice. Never mind. Go ahead. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, we Jason's Lyric. She was in Jason's Lyric.
That's the first one I said.
Yeah, we got
y'all know the hell I'm talking about.
We understand.
Anyway.
Yeah. So.
What are we talking about today?
Woo! Tonight. We probably should have had a drink. Damn. Probably.
Tonight we talking about baggage.
Baggage claim. Claim your baggage.
Woo.
That's a mouthful. Like real talk.
It is.
That's a mouthful. Cause like I'm just going ahead and say it. People don't like to do that shit. People like to point out other people's baggage and not
Yes.
pick up their own
Yes.
shit.
Yes. That is very true. Very true. So for those people in the back, baggage, the definition per Urban Dictionary, is an issue regarding a person's past that can affect their current disposition. Addictions, debt, diseases, bad habits, past relationships, in parentheses, significant other or family or kids.
Ooh.
So the example that they gave is guy number 1. Dude, she's pretty cute. Would you date her? Guy number 2, probably not. I heard she carries a lot of baggage.
You know, that's emotional damage. Oh, y'all ain't heard that on TikTok? Oh my god, y'all gotta listen to that.
Oh, I must ain't heard that one yet. Yeah, I must.
Oh my god, that dude crazy. But yeah, I can see that.
But my first question,
I don't like it, but okay.
True. I mean, you know, baggage is, it's an honesty moment. So for people that do shadow work, that is about as honest as you can get, because you are digging up some graves and you're actually having to be. That is a point in time when, if you ever are going to be honest with yourself, shadow work is when you're definitely going to be honest. And that baggage comes out in your shadow work.
So since we talking about digging up, digging up stuff, I just hit my toe. Could that possibly be a negative, like digging up stuff? Because like people it's like you awaken a ghost, but you don't know how to put it back to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the ghost ain't supposed to be put back to sleep.
Didn't know that.
If you are on a journey of healing and you letting the skeletons fall out the closet, why are you going to put them back in the closet?
So you just gonna let them fly around?
No, you learn how to deal. And a lot of things come out when them skeletons come out. Because sometimes when we have baggage, trauma, some things we really push to the back of our mind to where we forget. And then we can't figure out why this ain't going right or why you have this issue. And when them skeletons come out, you be like, oh, I remember that right there. You pushed it it was something you pushed in the furthest back of your mind to where you forgot, so that you could continue in life. But then you're continuing in life and not realizing, okay, well, I got anxiety because of why do I have anxiety? Like, why do I get around certain people and feel some kind of way? Till them skeletons fall out and you start trying to put a couple of them together. Oh shit, your leg over way over here. Let me bring you that back. And you be like, oh, then you remember why you feel that way about Uncle so and so or cousin. So if I let them suckers out, I ain't trying to put them back in. I'm trying to put the pieces to the puzzle.
But then once okay, so talking about the baggage and stuff, but like when you're still carrying it, like even regardless if you let the skeletons out, unpack everything, look at everything, you still carrying it. You still carrying that burden. So I guess my thing is like, what's the point of doing it?
It makes the load lighter, I think. Because when you're not letting that stuff out, it's just in there, stuffed in there, is weighing on you. You know, you carrying this around everywhere. You're tired, you're broken, you're exhausted. You just have all these emotions. And it's like sometimes you got to let that shit out because it's like, do I really still need this? You know, do I still need to carry this around with me? Or is this some stuff I can genuinely let go so I can move on? So the bag is probably never really empty, but the load is a lot lighter than it was.
Okay, Ayana, I hear you.
For instance,
Uh-oh.
y'all
Go ahead.
know I'm a single mother.
Mm-hmm.
So you can consider my baggage being a single parent. But I already know what's in that bag. So instead of holding it and dragging around all the anger, oh, these niggas ain't shit, my baby daddies ain't, oh, all that extra stuff, unpack that shit and let it go because I don't need that anymore. Yeah, I have this bag, but I'm not putting all that bullshit in it. I'm going to keep going and doing what I got to do instead of holding all that extra in that bag.
So what you saying is when you're packing your suitcase, there's some shit that shouldn't go in there. There's
Because if
some
I'm trying to
baggage.
move,
Yeah, if you're trying
if
to
I'm
move,
trying to move on,
you
then
gonna
some of that stuff can't go.
you if you try, and you can't you move a lot faster when you ain't got so much baggage.
Hello? A lot faster. Running through the airport, excuse me, but my bags is light. So I might make my flight on time. But that extra shit gonna keep weighing me down, stuff falling out.
You're like,
I
can
got
I get
one
some
more
help?
in.
Yeah.
Help! Don't nobody want to help me.
Mm.
And I'm just dragging this bag, trying to get somewhere, and I ain't getting nowhere. I'm pissed off. And I see everybody moving on and getting on their flights and gone, and my ass is still carrying these big ass heavy duffel bags, missing flight after flight after flight, because I'm still
Mm.
on to some shit that I'm not ready to let go of.
Mm.
Message.
Mm.
Message. That's how I
Mm.
feel.
Mm. Mm.
Well,
That right. Oh, that right there.
Hey, we gonna turn to chapter. Oh, what's up?
That's
that's some
right there.
shadow work right there. See that? You see that?
Ugh. Yeah, that is. So, um, I guess I'm gonna kick this off like this. So you know how, um, every year, people kind of say, "Oh, I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna let this go," and you have like the classics of, um, the people with the, what you I don't know what you want to call it. We got like the little people that be like, I'm stepping into this, or you got the chick that been a dude too, um
Oh,
Oh, that
lately.
meaning with they stepping into 2022 with all
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, see, you already.
Everybody, hey, everybody be stepping into the same shit. That's until they until
Oh.
they address that, they step into the same shit, and I'll just be like, cause
Oh.
I shit. I'm not gonna lie, I was at fault too. I was like, I ain't gonna do this shit no more. I couldn't even make it a goddamn January what 3rd, 4th. And I was like, fuck this. So yeah, I understand. I understand.
mm-hmm.
Well, at least you're honest. At least you are honest. Um, but yes, you all, and the crazy thing, and this is gonna be my first question. But the crazy thing is, like I said, we see this every year. This is one of the most popular memes that we see, end of the year going into the new year, is
Mm-hmm.
the female stepping into the next year, leaving the last year, and she got this pile of stuff that she done left, and she got something else new on her back. She is like she traded. She dumped
Mm-hmm.
off the negativity, the jealousy, fake friends, temper, hate, heartbreak, and she picked up love, God, focus, and can't see the other one, but basically. So my first question is why is And I guess I'm gonna ask, actually, DA, as since I mean you the man on the block. Why
Okay.
is it that it's almost always why is it always looked at as the female has baggage, like men don't have baggage?
Well, one, y'all women tend to are more emotional, so their baggage can be seen. Um, Men are reactional, so our baggage come out when we react to stuff. Like example, like we always talk about, we hear men talk about what's the word? The best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody,
Oh, I hate that.
like that. So we're reactional. So our heartbreak, which whatever happened to us that caused us that pain, we're gonna go and relieve that pain by fucking something.
So
Not realizing that the baggage that we're carrying is the hurt and pain and anguish from that past relationship. But we're not gonna admit that. We're not gonna say, hey, this is why I'm doing XYZ. We're not gonna look at that. So it's always looked at, and then I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. We always hear the woman saying it. We always hear the woman saying it, like, "Oh, I'm not gonna carry this. I'm not gonna do this," and da 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 da. So they just paint the picture for them.
okay,
Like
so
a
is
dude
that
ain't you ain't finna hear no dude talking about, man, I ain't finna no more fake friends and I ain't jealousy and all that negativity. Nah, you
you
ain't hear no
sure?
dude talking that shit like that.
You sure?
I'm probably I ain't never heard no dude talk like that. And I'm just like, first of all, why you got old boy from Zamunda on this bitch?
Hey, when I scrolled to look for stuff for 2022 to see what that means, this one came up.
That's crazy. Well, what? I can't even see what he say.
His is um all Sagittarius, the
See,
pandemic, more pandemic, and women that don't post. I think
but
that's
see,
supposed to be.
that's trying to be comical. That's nothing like that.
I mean, true, but he put something out there.
But
He might a
it's not. It's
Sagittarius
really
might have broke his ittle with a heart.
nah. He just trying to be goddamn funny. Like for real, for real. Like shit like that. And that's now I'm finna get on my soapbox. Like if you, my thing is this: if you're not gonna truly be open and honest about trying to make a change, just stop saying it. Like only person you lying to is yourself.
True, I
Like
can agree with that.
and that goes just dealing with the baggage. Like if you're really not ready to unpack what's really going on in your life, then stop saying, "Oh, I'm gonna make these changes," because you're really not. Only thing gonna change is the date and your clothes. That's it.
Okay. So going back, we ain't gonna tell you that you on mute and you
She had
preaching
a
to the
whole
choir.
conversation. She
Baby,
went,
she
oh,
she
I
was
was,
doing this. You see
mm-hmm.
that hand?
that means I needed to save it. I must save it and put myself on timeout.
Mm.
But I still feel like there's some truth within this that's supposed to be comedy. There's some truth there. But
Yeah.
he's
I
laughing
mean,
at
it
his.
probably is. Like I could understand the pandemic, yeah, and because the pandemic fucks with it's been fucking with everybody, but that's nothing you can control.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck
Mhm.
you? Well, I mean, what the fuck you gonna do? Put yourself in a bubble? Like live in a bubble?
But he's putting it under the pandemic. But what has this pandemic brought him? He's saying
But
it's the pandemic, but is he really dealing with depression now because of the pandemic?
see, that's now we getting somewhere.
Anxiety?
Then now we getting somewhere because now that's to me. This is me now. I'm just me. I ain't nobody. But that to me is walking around with a fake Gucci bag. Because if you're talking about the pandemic, there's so many things in that pandemic that happens in that pandemic that you can pick and prod. That's not. that may not be the reason why you're feeling the way you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Won't you just go straight, just sit down and think really about, okay, it's the pandemic. What about the pandemic? What in the pandemic has happened
It's the curtain.
versus making it broad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
but
also a guy, like you said, what
exactly.
guy is
I
gonna
was
do that?
just going to say that.
That him saying pandemic is the curtain, but
Yeah, I
behind
know.
that curtain is all the other shit.
Yeah, I know. I got that. That's why I'm saying, like, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, don't sit there and make it that goddamn broad. It shouldn't be.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it shouldn't, but that's how y'all operate. So,
Yeah, and I admit we do sometimes. We do some at times.
And all Sagittarius. You could look at that the same way. All right, a Sagittarius. We know you ain't talking about Sagittarius men. So you talking about a woman. Obviously, that
Oh, y'all
all
know. Well, not. Hey, hold on. Pause.
what?
Pause. You don't know these days. He could be talking about a man.
Oh, you know what? You're right. So let me roll back.
Yeah. So he said all
He
Sagittarius.
could be.
That's
So
all
all
encompassed.
Sagittarius. So he could be talking about a partner, companion, somebody that fucked him up. So all Sagittarius. I need a bulletin board. So I could have. You know what I mean? So all Sagittarius is his curtain. And behind that curtain says heartbreak. It could say that. It could say distrust, right? He don't trust them no more. It could be some other stuff behind that curtain that this all Sagittarius is what we will call them has done to him.
You brought up a damn good point with that one on that.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's,
He
Very.
masked out well. That's a joke, but he for real.
yeah, and I was gonna say you brought up a good point because it can be levels to that, and you can have
most
multiple.
deaf.
You can have one bag with a whole bunch of compartments.
Ooh.
We want to talk about that. Talk about it like that. You
It's
can
like
have,
a lady's wallet,
huh?
Ooh.
like a woman's wallet. How you unzipping
Yeah.
it and you got the zipper part in the front, got a zipper in the back. You open it, got the
Yeah,
chain.
like the last picture you put up there when they were talking about negativity. It was like that. Yeah, that's a whole bunch of. I got a whole bunch of compartments. Fake friends. That got a whole bunch of compartments.
Most deaf.
Yeah.
The whole
Most
file
deaf.
cabinet.
Ooh.
I don't know about the file cabinet though, but yeah.
It could
Yeah,
be, depending on how you do it. There's sections. You know, the
Mhm.
manila folder within the green folder. You don't do your. Never mind.
I throw all that shit in there and just close the drawer. As long as it fit.
We know.
Oh, really? So is that
Yeah,
how
as long
we
as it
deal
fit.
with our stuff?
Huh?
Yeah.
It may be some stuff you don't need in that file cabinet.
True. That's
Better
just,
go
you know
through
what?
it.
That's just like life then. Go ahead, sister. Come on now. Come with
She
it.
on it tonight, ain't she?
Yeah, come
Yeah,
with it.
so silly.
Let me sit up. Shit. Man. God
I'm not gonna play with you tonight.
damn. You own it tonight. What the hell? You ate your Wheaties? You ate something, goddamn it. You fired them off. Hey, go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want to mess up the flow because you good. You on fire tonight.
I think I want to be a life coach now.
You should. You can be. All a life coach is, man, is somebody who went through some shit and learned about themselves, and then now they're trying to help somebody else not make the same mistake.
There you go.
And listen. Okay. Yeah.
Most deaf.
But I like that one. I like that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So
But,
going back to something that DA said, which is something I know we've all discussed it. Well, me and Nika Pinks hate it anyway. But you know how you said that a man to get over one, you get up under another one. So is that really getting over it, or is just putting a band-aid on a situation?
it's not even putting a band-aid on the situation. All it was is masking. It's masking the whole situation. You masking your feelings. Because I know the fellas finna fuck me up for saying this. Lord know they finna fuck me up for saying this. Because what we're doing is creating a cycle that's gonna cause us to have the same feelings that we had with the one that just broke our hearts. We can sit here and say, oh, it's just a nut. I'm just fucking. But when they stop saying, oh, I don't want to fuck with you no more, or oh, I want something different or something deeper, then motherfuckers gonna get in their feelings. Oh, I told you I ain't want to do. Now you bringing up emotional connection, emotional hurt from the last one, and bringing it into this one.
So
even though you just said it was all about sex.
It's all about sex till you come across sunshine.
You know what? Ain't no such thing as sunshine. I don't care what you say.
You don't think so? It's sunshine to somebody's life.
Hold on, let me finish. What sunshine is the perfect storm.
Urgency for narcissists to find their supply.
That wasn't supposed to play yet because you was talking. Go ahead.
What I was saying is, to me, well, again, I'm gonna say this to me. For me, and I can't, because I can only talk for myself. Sunshine is a perfect storm. Sunshine is somebody you have a connection with, regardless of if you just met them that night. There's some type of connection, whether it's physical, the vibe, whatever. That's the first part. Okay. The second part is the physical aspects. So once you start having sex and you already have that connection, that vibe, and then the physical aspect comes into it, and then it's a wrap. Like that's when the sunshine happens. It's not just because the coochie good. Nah, it's a whole bunch of stuff. Because there's a lot of good coochie out there that you can be like, that bitch trash, because there was no true connection. It was just you trying to get your rocks off. That's the same thing when a woman say, "Girl, he had a good dick." No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Every man has the same motherfucking strokes. Every man has the same motherfucking strokes. Only difference is one is the size, maybe the size of the penis, but every man has the same motherfucking strokes. The difference is the connection between you two. Because all it takes, truthfully, all real talk, for a man, it's what, 50, maybe 100 strokes, and that's it. We gotta be selective on how we do our strokes. We're gonna go fast or we're gonna go slow. But after that, that's it. It's the same thing. Think about it. I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that. And we're gonna go on to the next one.
Yeah, that's another show. But I'm gonna let your statement. I'm good, Your Honor.
Go ahead. So what's next?
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this wonderful clip. I have a couple of little clips tonight that was pretty much on point this week in life. Yeah, so let me hit this one because there's a few.
Urgency for narcissists to find their supply. There's an urgency for a player to keep playing and keep sleeping with women and keep wasting your time. Because the sense of urgency comes from the weight of the traumatic bag of issues that they have. Got to get it off. It's too heavy. I need you to carry it for me. I don't care if I hold this. Somebody got to hold it. Or I'm going to implode. So I'd rather hurt you than to have to look in the mirror and face the fact that I'm hurt. hold my bags, hold my trauma.
So,
Mm.
I don't even know what to call him because
I disagree.
he be on point about some stuff. So I would say our relationship compadre, life coach person. He be on some stuff. He be on point about a lot of stuff. So when you have this baggage and you have all them skeletons chilling in your closet, and you just out here contaminating other people's life because of that hurt that you ain't addressed, because you just open your closet and wade to your skeletons and don't let them fall out.
I disagree.
What do you disagree with?
I disagree with some of the stuff that he's saying, talking about and maybe because I'm looking at it from a different angle. I'm looking at it probably from the actual biological and physical standpoint. But I get certain parts I understand. Dealing with the trauma, yeah, the overwhelming feeling, yes, that is true. The don't want to deal with it or you gonna explode, yes. I don't think that the person who's doing it is doing it to hurt you per se. I think it's the person that's doing it to relieve that pain in them. Um, and the reason why I say that is because I look at it like this: physically, a person physically, when they have sex, when they have an orgasm, it's the same chemical reaction as individuals who get high, whether it's weed, crack, cocaine, whatever. Your body secretes that happy gene. Um, I think that the individual who's doing the sleeping around, that narcissist he's talking about, he's just getting high. It's just, I hate to say it like this, he's just like a crackhead. He's chasing that next high to relieve the stress of what's going on. It's not about you. It's not about wanting to hurt you. It's about he wants that pain to stop. And rather than you can for me, you can switch it out. You can put pussy, weed, alcohol, whatever. It's the same effect. It's the same thing that they're trying to do. They're trying to relieve that pressure, that feeling of whatever that trauma that they're dealing with. And physically, when they have that, when they in some guts or whatever, however y'all want to say it, when they having sex, whether it's man or woman, whether they're having sex, it is relieving that trauma. It's giving them that feeling of happiness, that high that they've been chasing, that feeling of whether they think it's love, lust, relaxation, whatever. That's what they're chasing. So that's why I disagree with. It's not about them wanting to hurt you or have you carry their bag. They're using you to be their drug. Like the song, shit, old boy had. Now it's gonna drive me crazy. Love drug. Love drug. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. And some people use love as a drug to get over their trauma. They're chasing that feeling of, oh, I think that he loves me. And then they hit that high. And then when shit happens, it goes down. Then they look for the next person to love. And that's why a lot you see folks, and we talk about them a lot, they jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. It's not because they're
Body
easy.
to body.
Yeah, it's not because they're easy. It's not because they're doing whatever. They're searching for that high. They're trying to relieve that pain. And trust and believe. I know I've been there, done that, and it's not good. I mean, it's not good. It's
Pause.
not. Huh?
Pause. Was that a confession?
Yeah. I'm always open and honest. Yeah, I've been there, done that. It's like, and it took me years to understand. Like, yo, only thing Only difference between me, a weed head, an alcohol, and a crackhead is sex.
Mm.
It's my drug. My drug is different from everybody else's. That's it.
Okay, so question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going to ask this question: who has experienced this? Who has done this? Who has this in their luggage? Um, I don't have that one in my luggage though. But with that being said, trying to think how I want this to come out.
Just it.
I know, but I gotta get the words together. Let me not stop harassing me. You messing up my focus. So yeah, basically with that being said, what is the issue or what's in your baggage that has you doing that?
Mm. Thinking about it now, the feeling, just wanted to be loved. That's it, honestly. Well, I shouldn't even say that. What has me doing that, trying to, yeah, I'll say that and heartbreak. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Because like one growing, I'm gonna say growing up, I never experienced what love was
I can
per
see.
se,
I can relate to that. That's relatable.
and as you grow up and not experiencing it, then you start to find things that may feel like love. You're like, this might be it. Then it's not it. Then you're like, fuck. Then you say, this might be it. Then it's not it. And you're like, fuck. Then you get to a point where you get so beat down from it, you just like, I just want to feel good. I just want to, and yeah, that's all it is. I just want to feel good. You just want me to fuck? Okay. As long as I feel good. You just want this? Okay. As long as I feel good. And the sad part about that is when we're doing it, we don't realize one, the damage is causing us, but the damage is causing the generation behind us. Because a lot of the things we go through experience, we may try to like, oh, I'm not gonna have my child do this. I'm gonna protect my child from doing that. Yeah, that's fine and dandy, but the damage is still done to you, so you're gonna act a certain way. That baggage we talking about, you're gonna take that baggage, and then you're gonna start creating baggage for your kids, and not really knowing it, not realizing that you're doing it.
Yeah.
You might be trying to protect your child. I want my child to have a better life than me, and da 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 da, and blah 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 blah. I want my child to see a happy, loving relationship, and da 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 da, and all this other stuff. But that's not what your child needs. Example. I was dating a young lady, and she had kids, right? And so like sometimes I'll come over, like thinking the kids will sleep. I'll come over. We'll hang out, whatever. Who, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one time,
Do.
no, for real. Like I try not to do stuff like that, and this is why. So one time things got hot and heavy, and we was in the middle of it, and all of a sudden it got real. We just got real quiet. Like, what is that noise? It was like, what the hell? So she got up, and when she opened the door, she saw the TV on in the living room, and we was like, that wasn't on before. And so she went in the living room, and her son was in there, boo-hooing, and she was like, she tried to console him, what's wrong? He's like, nothing's wrong. Because I want to say he was a teen. I might have been 12, 13, something like that. And he was like, nothing. But he wouldn't tell her. And then she was out there for a while. And so when she came back, she's like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know what's wrong. I said, I know what's wrong. I know exactly what's wrong. And he's trying to process the fact that his mother is getting fucked right now. I was like, that's what he's processing. And not realizing that what we were doing was creating an issue for him. And it's deeper. And that, like, from that point on, I was like, damn. And so when I deal with people who have kids, I try to, one, not only build a relationship with them, but build a relationship with their kids so they understand that I'm just not here smashing your mom. I'm not here doing this. Because at the end of the day, whatever we do, they respond to. So whatever stuff, the trauma we have and we're dealing with and how we cope with it, it rolls down to them. And it was an eye opener for me, and I was just like, damn, because like she wasn't the first person I dealt with that had kids, but it was the responses I got that I was just like, wow. Yes, ma'am.
I have questions because I'm trying to process this event, and I'm picturing in my mind, well, not all that, but just in my mind, trying to get into the, what that baby was. So my question is, had you and this child ever had a conversation, ever hung out, just, were you...
What, prior to that?
Yeah.
But it was more of
in passing, like a hey, what's up? They see you, but had you actually time?
No, we actually spent time. But the thing, and here's the thing though, it's different when you spend time with them and you leave. You're not there at night. It's not like, well, I spent the night there, and I think that's why I said that played a part into it. And then again, the fact that I'm on top of his mom. Because think about it. Single mother, divorce, well, the dad's not together. That child always wants his mom and dad back together, regardless of how you feel about it, regardless of how that child came along. That child wants his mom and dad together, period. Whether they know him or not, they still want
shit, not mine. They'll tell you, hell no.
You think that shit. You think
no. Seriously, my kids. Okay, if you say so.
Listen to me when I tell, because that child wants the simple shit. Like, they want that dad to take them somewhere. That mother son, that daddy daughter dance. They want to do typical shit they see on fucking TV. And that's where a lot of our baggage as Black people comes from. Some of us who grew up in single parent homes don't have that. So what do? We try to go search for that and try to build that, and end up doing dumb shit because we end up with somebody who's doing the same thing, trying to find what they didn't have, or they're at that point in their life where they're like, fuck it, I'm never gonna find it. This is me. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do me. Blah 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 blah, and they damage somebody else. Or like Derek said, they'll hand you that bag. I got this on my back. I'm gonna give you this.
You're like passing that baton, like you running a sprint.
Nah,
relay. There you go. Tag you in.
Not just passing because they still got it. Don't trip. Don't think just because they gave you it, they still got that same damage. They just gave you some, and they still got some. Because it's not going nowhere. I don't give a damn how many women, men you sleep with. That same motherfucking damage, that same baggage that you got, is still with your ass. I don't give a damn. You could sleep with 1,000 motherfucking people. That same baggage that you had when day one is the same baggage you got day 1,000. The difference is that motherfucker got 999 more brothers.
Shit. Unless you
That's the
believe in
difference.
transference of energy, and then you just
That's
took
the
some of
difference.
that shit.
Yes,
But
transference.
that's for another. That's for another show.
That's the difference.
But I will say that I believe both of my kids were like that. They wanted that family, that mom and dad together. I think at a point in life, Nay was just like, no, they don't. No, I don't want them together. Santi's been like that since birth. He's wanted mommy and daddy together. He don't, the thing about breaking up don't sit well with him. His thing is he's very family orientated. He's his mommy. So he's very family orientated. He believes that mama and daddy's supposed to be together because that's how it's supposed to be. Grandma and grandpa is supposed to be together. The actual original grandpa, not, you know. So that's what he believes. And he believes that we're all supposed to be under one roof. We're all supposed to be living together. My baby has this big old pipe dream. He does. And we have to sit down and have this little talk with Jesus. Like, hey, you know, mommy and daddy are not together no more. That's just something
But yeah, even with that talk, they still want that
and
image.
they do. That want's not gonna go away. It's not.
Yeah.
But we still had to have that conversation because out of that, of course, he had questions. Well, why isn't mommy and daddy together? So
Well, he's
they want to
vocal.
know.
A lot of kids don't do that. That shit. A lot of people, a lot of kids, including ourselves, because if we grew up in a single family home and we haven't asked them questions of our parents, we're still
You're gonna
kids.
have those questions.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you have those honest, not the bitter baby mama responses, you have the actual honest conversations with your kids. Hey, we just was not on the same page anymore. You know, mommy still daddy, mommy will always love daddy, but we just
It's
kind
a
of
different type of love. It's a
grew
different type
out
of
of
love.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to explain that because for them, love is if you love, we all supposed to be like this. So I
All
had to
supposed
have
to
that
hold hands and run to the
conversation.
playground together.
Yeah. So I had to have that conversation with him. And even through life, when his dad would come visit, he's trying to put our hands together, scoot us, and he gets in between and his arms is around me and his dad. You know, he would try to do those things because he wanted his mommy and daddy together. Automatic child response. You know, that's his sign of saying, hey, I want my family. I want my mom and my dad together under the same roof. I want my grandma and my grandpa under the same roof. But real talk, even for me as a child, I used to want, at a point, there was a time when I thought about what if my mom and dad was back together. And then I look at my mom and then I look at my dad and I'm like, hell no. That is a recipe for disaster. That is a World War 4, 5, and 6. Because my mother and my father are in two different places in life. And truth be honest, from the time they got together, they were in two different places. My dad was in a family place. He was ready to settle down and chill. My mom was still trying to party and hang out with the homies. They were in two different places, and that did not work for him. It didn't work for her either because she didn't want to be at home watching having movie night with the family eating popcorn. She wanted to be out at the club. And anybody know my mama? She's still out in the club, so ain't nothing changed. Don't think, them two would have conformed because, my dad's a minister. Wife can't be out in the club, it don't match. And it wasn't going to mix. They had two different paths. So it just, when you actually can sit back and look at it, be like, hell no. But to my son, he didn't try to move my daddy in. Yeah. Papa, you supposed to be living here with us. It's like,
Oh.
but that's a desire. That's one of them things, that desire of his heart. He wants that family. He wants everybody, uncles, everybody, like under one roof. We would not make it under one roof.
And I think that's what too kind of makes it a little different, because Santi had his mom and dad under the same roof at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So for mine, there was never Aviana, mommy and daddy. There was never, mommy, daddy, and Savannah. And even with they didn't have that. So for my girls, yeah, they may have wanted somebody to be there, but I don't think it was necessarily their actual dads. And even like when I talk to them now, we have those conversations because I've asked them about that. When it comes to their actual dads, they're like, nah. And that's because now that they're older and those daddy conversations come up and they're able to be like, no, this is not what I want. So yes, they probably want that dynamic of having somebody to do those daddy-daughter things, but I don't think they necessarily like saying, I want to do it with my daddy. Or at least they ain't told me that. I try to have that open, honest communication with them, and it's like, that's not what they say. So, and then even for me, when I was younger, there was never a point where I wanted my mom and my dad to be together. Like, I never saw them together. It was either my mom and me, or me going to visit my dad and his people. It was never a whole us under one roof for me to be like, I would love this every day. So I didn't have that feeling. But I think to have had somebody that could have did that daddy-daughter stuff would have been cool. But saying necessarily I wanted my dad, mm-mm. But I think it would have been cool to have one.
So we're going to go into this other part. So,
let me call my daddy. No, I'm just playing.
Woo!
She for real.
I know she is.
I seen his ass yesterday.
I was just going to say, she talked to him last night.
I talked to him yesterday. He was over here. Get on my nerves. Get your ass.
So, question. Who has the mama and the daddy issues?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. The daddy, how you say that they got daddy issues, they got mommy issues.
Oh shit, I do. I can tell you that. Yeah.
I mean, I know. I ain't gonna lie. I have both myself, and it's nicely sitting in my bag. It's probably sitting in the biggest of luggage with my mommy and daddy issues, because what I am learning is a lot of the mama daddy issues that I have definitely veered off to other things. So they've created taken up more room in that baggage, because you don't understand. Well, first, when you actually realize that you got mommy and daddy issues, and then when you actually go to dig to the part and you start learning, thanks to Derek, what those daddy and those mommy issues create as you grow, you were like, damn, wait a minute, let me go and get me another suitcase, because I ain't got no more room in this one. This motherfucker full. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, them mommy daddy issues create a lot of stuff that, like them skeletons. Skeletons just keep populating. You don't address the issue. You need another closet. But yeah, because there was I think it was on the Monday night episode, I think I watched with. No, it wasn't this Monday. It was another one. No, last Wednesday, the episode that Derek had, and he was talking about the younger you is making your decisions in your adult life. And when they started talking about the daddy issues and those symptoms of those daddy issues. And I was like, well, damn, it's your fault. You start looking at the anxiety, depression, the fears. It's a whole lot that you don't realize is triggered and a cause from those daddy issues.
That right there.
It's like, damn. Like, it's really like, damn. And then when you look at the other parts of that comes from the mommy issues, where you feel like you're never good enough and you become a people pleaser because you're trying to get this acceptance that you've never gotten. You're trying to get that I love you or that I'm proud of you that you've never gotten. And that's a whole nother issue, which ties into like what DA said. When you're not sure, when you're 40 years old, you're going through life and you get to your 40s and you still aren't sure what love is or don't know what love is, it's like, damn. And you think of all the relationships that you were in prior, but you're in your 40s and you still don't know what the hell love is outside of loving your kids. But that other love for people, you don't know what love is, and you're like, damn, the fuck? But it all ties into the mommy and daddy issues. Some real shit.
Yeah.
That baggage is probably the heaviest baggage for me.
That's the one I need help with. Because I'm sure it is some underlying stuff, but I guess I have my foggers on to the point where I don't even realize that some of the issues that I have are under those categories. Like, I would really need to sit down with a therapist and for them to be like, girl, that goes under mommy issue. That right there is under your daddy issue. Like, I literally need it. Because right now, when it comes to that, so I couldn't even answer the question because I'm like, I'm sure I do, but shit, I don't know which ones they are and where they belong.
Probably both.
Probably both.
Hey, that's why I say make it all inclusive, both.
And then when you get to the point where you don't want to call it, and that's where I am now. And that's what kind of hinders me with this new journey that I want to be on. Because it's like, I don't want to say it's a mommy issue. I don't want to say it's a daddy issue. I want to be accountable for my own issues and fix it. But if it came from them, how do I fucking fix it? How can I be accountable for something that they did that I need to get help fixing?
It's not being accountable for what they did. It's being accountable for the impact and effect it had on you. That's different. Yeah.
That's the part that I need to sit on the little couch for.
Yeah. It's different because like what they did is what they did. You have no control over that. However, the thing that you have control over is how you respond to it and how it affected you. Like when I said just say both of them, it don't matter because one, they're interchangeable. They're interchangeable. Two, just the fact that you're addressing I'm having this issue because of the relationship I had with my parents. Period. Address that versus where did it derive from? And that's something I had to learn, which is interesting because I'm in behavioral health and mental health, and I'm like, damn, all this shit I tell people, this shit do work.
So we gonna put mental issues.
I'm like, damn, this shit do work. So. I mean, we say it all the time. We are our worst. We are the worst patients.
Yeah. So I believe it.
Because we know what to look for and we know how to hide it very well.
Very well.
We know how to hide the bodies.
Very, very well. Very well.
But
hide the bodies.
Hide the bodies. Yeah. How many skeletons is in your grave?
No, because I done dug all them shits up. I was like, man, it's time for a change.
And that's why you should have cremated their asses. No, I'm just playing.
Should have blew their asses up.
I can't deal with her.
If you would have cremated them, wouldn't have been nothing but ashes, man.
And
you
just
can't
throw them
put
in
that shit together. Go.
Yeah. So no, that is one of those things that, like you said, you can't. I guess with me, my issue with me being on that journey of healing, dealing with those issues that I know I have, I want more information. So, like, if I can ask a family member, hey, how was so and so's childhood? How was this? Like, how was they? I ask them kind of questions. I ain't even lying, and I have been, and I've gotten some answers.
Because you're trying to find out. You're trying to find. I think you're trying to get the history of where
Yeah,
it comes
I,
from.
I want to understand it. I want to know
Yeah.
why this person is the way that they are,
You want
and
to know why this person is fucked up. But
basically,
sometimes people are just fucked up because they're fucked
yeah.
up.
And
And that's
I've asked those questions and I've gotten some answers, and I was like, oh,
and that may
that
and that's
makes sense.
I'm gonna say this. I don't think that's not your journey.
It ain't, but for me,
I mean, you just nosy as
I
hell. That's what that is.
know, I know, I need to know, because the thing is, a lot of times you come across people like, y'all seen that day when I had my dad on, and like he was very honest. Right now where we are, I'm the conversations that we've had some very heart-to-heart conversations, some honest conversations, and I've asked questions because, damn it, I want to know this because this, to me, my life is a puzzle, and I'm trying to find them pieces and put them where, so I can have understanding, like, that's why this is like this. Okay, this right here makes sense, because everybody's not open to giving you answers. Some people think they are goddamn Molly Miss Perfect and won't tell you anything. So I want to know, because I need these pieces to this puzzle. I need that piece to that puzzle to put here, because this is part of me. This grants me understanding, and I need that. It's not to kick nobody, to down nobody, but it's pieces that I need understanding. I need to know why this person acts like this, why this person is like this. And I mean, the answers that I've gotten, I was like, oh, gotcha. All right. Bam. This makes sense. This makes sense why XYZ, blah, 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 blah. It made a whole world of damn sense. Like that one little piece damn near took out a corner. I was like, so it was your mama. Yeah. So, them generational curses. It ain't about being nosy. Some of them generational curses we don't know about. So, I mean, knowing truly is half the battle. It just lets you know what it is. So, it makes sense. Remember, I have kids myself.
Yeah.
So, putting those pieces together in life of trying to understand, yeah, of what stuff is. Because, I mean, hell, I got that crap the other day, which was so funny. The thing, you got all that from your daddy. No. So that's from you.
So we just overlooked the question. It said Devontae said, oh, I ain't gonna read the first part. The question is, how has that affected the way you select your partners?
Whew. Well, I would say this.
Why everybody's forehead got big and crinkly?
No, I mean, I will say this. A lot of times, and I've actually seen this. A lot of times when you have a parent that is absently present or absent, you tend to date your father. Those characteristics that they have, that is the characteristics that you tend to be drawn to. So you're dating if your dad was a cheater, your dad was sometimes abusive, vice versa. The characteristics that your dad has is normally what daughters are normally drawn to when they date, and normally it's not good.
Mm.
And I say that as a parent because, well, I can say that both ways, but I definitely seen it when my daughter started dating and she ended up dating somebody with the same negative characteristics as her father. And that was probably a time where that was probably one time when she actually gave me a headache and was running up my blood pressure. Was when she was dating this one dude because she couldn't see the light. Lord, she couldn't see the light. And the dude just wasn't good for her whatsoever. But when you looked at the characteristics, he was everything. Slick, all that. He was that. Manipulative, controlling. He was all of that. And I'm like, Lord, you're dating your damn daddy. What the hell is going on here? So, of course, as you know, she started dating Morgan. It was like a whole breath of fresh air. Because it was like, ooh, we don't need no more of these. But I can say that too. I've dated some people that are like my dad. The loving, kind, give you the shirt off their back, but also the controlling, the know-it-all. Yeah, I've dated that. I've dated older guys that had that daddy figure because mine wasn't in the picture at the time. So, yeah, I've done that.
Yeah. And it just makes me think, the moment I knew when it came to stuff like that I was screwed was when I went to my dad about a relationship problem. And even though I knew the history of him and my mom, because of the way that I knew he was with her, I knew he could give me guidance to my situation because you are the nigga. Excuse me if you ever see this, but daddy, it is what it is. You are the nigga that, yeah, it seems like I was dating. So I went to him for the advice on that situation, and he couldn't even help me. He had no words for me.
Shut up.
Not words of encouragement, not words of like, Nika, you should XYZ. He had no words. And that's when I was like, damn, I'm fucked. And it's crazy because my dad has like six, well, I'll say from my grandmother, his mama, it's about six of them. I have a lot of uncles. I love y'all too, if y'all see this. But I can't go to none of them about my relationship issues either because they're the same way my dad is. And then my uncle, the one uncle that I have on my grandma's side, I can't go to him either because he is just like the others. So when it comes to males in my life that I could look up to, or males that I can be like, hey, I really need you. Can you help me? I can't call none of them niggas. I love y'all though. Some of y'all though. But yeah. And that's one of my issues. I cannot. The only out of all of them, I would only call on my dad if I needed something. And depending on what it was, I'd rather deal with it on my own than to call him.
That part.
That part. So that is some shit that I deal with on a daily.
And that's hard because you think that your dad, like they say, the dad is the daughter's first love. That is supposed to be her blueprint. That's who teaches her how, the things that a father is supposed to teach a daughter. You're supposed to be able to go and have those conversations with your dad. Hey, dad, I talked to this dude, and that's who you're supposed to have that. That's when you come up talking about you got that boyfriend. He the first one that's supposed to be giving that daddy check. So this, what do you want with my daughter? Blah, blah. Like, that's supposed to be like when what is that? What's the movie? Bad Boys. You on there and they was at the door. That's supposed to be daddy. Daddy's supposed to be at the door because his
Who the
daughter.
fuck is you? I'm Reggie. I'm here to take Megan out.
Because that's supposed to who's
How old
supposed
is
to do
you?
your checks.
15.
That's supposed to
Motherfucker, you
be
look 30.
who got your back. That's who you precious to him. That's supposed to make sure you're good. But I can say, if I would have listened to my dad would have served me my first divorce. Hey, he was my dad being my dad. He was very adamant when I made that move to Dallas that I needed to be married when I made that move to Dallas. Very adamant. He was like, no, you making that move, like you need that ring on your finger, just like a man got papers on his dog, his cars, his house, blah, blah, blah. If that's you're who he want and he want to spend that life with you, then you should be married. But if I would have got married, I'd been divorced. That would have been my first divorce.
Damn.
First marriage, first divorce. Pick your mouth up. Close your mouth. A fly gonna fly in there. So I love my dad, but to be total honest, that I don't feel like my dad gives the best advice. And like I said, that would have been my first divorce. So yeah, and it would have been a pretty quick it would have been a quick marriage. And yeah, because we wouldn't have made it 3 years.
Damn.
Not married. We was together prior, but yeah, married wise, yeah, we wouldn't have made it 3 years. Yeah.
Whew. Okay.
So as it's interesting when we're sitting here talking about this stuff, because like we're basically opening and sharing baggage as we speak. Things that we are dealing with on the inside. And you know the thing that kind of chapped my cheeks about it though? Like
what now?
It kind of chapped my cheeks.
Chap your cheeks.
Yes.
I think my flight just arrived. Let me go.
Is you know how, and I guess it's probably because this what they knew. When you sought out answers in certain environments, the first thing that come out their mouth, you need to pray on it. You need to do this. You need to do that. Like,
y'all know my daddy quick with it.
Huh?
Y'all know my daddy quick with the pray on
That's
it.
what I'm saying. And I get the whole you need to pray on it part, but the part they forget as well too is faith without what is dead.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing the work to find out like these questions, why the hell are you gonna tell me to pray on it? How you know I ain't already prayed on it? That's another. I'm getting on another soapbox. But anyway,
that's an assumption.
Right. Exactly. Like,
because they be feeling like the answers can only come from one source. But anyway, moving along.
I honestly, you know what? Real talk. And this is since we talking about baggage. I think that is part of the problem. Not the fact that they think it comes from one source. It's the fact that they don't know the answer, and that's how they coped, and that's how they got over with. Instead of doing the things that we're doing, like actually confronting issues that happen in life, they just lean on faith and believe that that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. And I now I'm sitting here thinking about it, like I'm not saying that's not the right answer, but that's how we ended up getting to where we are now. Huh?
It ain't.
I'm saying it's like that's how we ended up getting to where we at now. It's like we are trying to figure out our lives and trying to make our lives better and not do the same mistakes and create the same situation for our kids.
Exactly.
But in doing so, because of I'm not gonna say we don't know the origins, because we know the origins, but times are different. We are creating some of the same issues, but different issues. We're creating the same pattern, but with different issues.
Yeah.
And that's yeah. And I just thought of that just sitting here. See, boy, I'm on it today.
Yeah, I mean, clarification is the key. Wanted to some things, but I know, like for instance, and I think Pinks can agree with me.
Uh-oh.
Like I would never go to my mom to ask her relationship advice.
You shouldn't just do the opposite. No, I'm
Already,
just joking.
but this
I'm
is
joking.
the thing.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, I know what. Calm down, killer. But the thing is, I already know the opposite. I have learned over the years how she operates. So I also know that she's not that parent that I can go to for advice because she gonna tell me something along the lines of the way to get over one is to get under another one. That's not my method. That's not how I roll. So I know that over the years, I know that she's not. I can't go to her. So like my mother has been married 6 times. And she's looking for lucky number 7. Yeah. So I know, you know how they have, which is one of the songs that I really love. There's a song that says, "So in love with being in love." You know how people just like to have somebody.
That
Like
goes back
you
to
like
what I said earlier.
you like the idea of marriage, but you don't like all the other components of marriage. You
I
like
don't
to
even
be able
think
to
it's the
say,
idea of marriage.
I
don't
got
even
a
think it's the idea of
husband.
marriage.
It's a part of
It's
the
the
idea to be able to
feeling.
say, my husband or I'm married, but you don't want the rest of those components. And it's that other part of not wanting to be alone.
It's the fit. That's the part. It's the feeling. It's not about the marriage. It's the feeling of like you said, being well, not, I want to say married, but not married. The feeling of being in a committed relationship. It's not about the relationship itself. It's the feeling of being in a committed relationship, and that's a whole nother bag that a lot of folks are walking around with, that they don't want to. They feel, oh, I'm committed. When I get in a relationship, I'm with that person, but you don't like that motherfucker. You just in there because you in a committed relationship.
Ooh, yeah, don't go there.
Men and women, you
I was
just doing
actually
it because
just
you want a relationship.
we was just talking about that being a topic. One of the next topics coming up. That whole we was just talking about that, and it got very interesting.
Yeah, because it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people like that, and it's crazy. And I'm finna go on a tangent here because, like Derek said, he said something that's true, and it doesn't just have to be people you sleeping with, but your damage can affect your friends as well.
Oh man, damn!
Like if you're coming to, and I had now I'm thinking about it, I had a friend in college, and she used to always say, don't ask me for advice because my relationships are fucked up. And folks used to still ask her for advice, and I'm just like, the chick telling you her relationships are fucked up, and y'all asking her like she goddamn Oprah Winfrey. Like, I'm confused. And then you wonder why your relationships are fucked up, end up fucked up. I'm like, but then it's like it took me a while to understand that because I've dated people like that, and I have friends like that like let their friends put their dysfunction in a relationship, and I'm just like, that's dumb. Just because it's happening to them don't mean it's happening to you.
True.
Oh girl, he ain't never gonna marry you. He ain't never gonna marry you. He just in it because he got the coochie and da. I'm just like,
but what ain't right though?
Well, how did no? They were wrong. They're wrong. But here's the thing. One actually did get married. I understood what the dude was talking about. Because this is sidebar, but they were dating and they weren't in the best financial situations. And she wanted to get married and combine incomes, which was a good idea However, both of them had probably, if you put them together, their credit score was probably about 400.
Damn.
And I'm just like, and I told him, I said, from me,
I'm
my
gonna spit out my
perspective,
damn
y'all
water.
need to, huh?
I'm gonna spit out my damn water.
I said, y'all need to work on that first before, because once y'all get married, it's a wrap. Like your credit score, if you got a high credit score and they got a low one, yours is gonna drop because of theirs. And but the other person, like, all my friends getting married. I say, yeah, all your friends getting divorced too. So like, why are you worried about them? Are you happy in your relationship? Yeah, but I said, well, once you say but, you're not happy. And that's why I don't.
And like the other part to that is like when you have these mommy and daddy issues, you don't realize how they affect your relationships.
Yeah, and I yeah. Now that you think, yeah.
That mommy and daddy issues were big. I remember when my sister was getting married, and she was in that place where she needed to have that conversation with my dad, and she wasn't able to because she really wanted to have this heart to heart before she got married. Because while they've been engaged, she noticed that a lot of issues she had that they were having in the relationship were on her side, and it was due to daddy issues.
Mm.
Something just hit me like cracked my skull.
Like a Mack truck. Did it hit you like a Mack truck?
Man, yeah, no, cause man, wow.
Uh-oh. Had the little piece to the puzzle?
Not for me, for somebody who was real close to me a long time ago. And now now we talking about it. It flashed in my head. I was like, yo, I wonder how she doing. So I had a friend, a female friend, and that's all we were, platonic friends. Her mother, granted, her mother was fine. Oh my God.
Can we stay on task, please?
But her mother would either flirt or sleep with her boyfriends. Yeah. And now we talking about it. I was just like, yo, I'm curious to know what her relationships are now. Cause I know that has to be like,
Pinks, you all right over there? You got that look on your face like.
That's some trashy shit right there. But I ain't the one to judge.
yeah, no, but because you could look at it from because now the more and more we talking about it, the more and more it's clicking in my head. Because you can look at it from either way. You can look at it from the damage from the mother, because why would she as a grown ass woman be messing with her daughters, which she's like, it's like a 20 something 8 year age difference. Why would she be messing with her daughters?
It's competition and bad. It's competition and it's
And
it was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
But partially it's competition and jealousy.
And yeah, and now, I mean, like I said, now we talking about it, I'm just like, yo, like just thinking about people that I grew up with, like seeing the shit. Just it's crazy.
Yeah, it's competition and jealousy.
Yeah.
And it's the point to also to hurt her.
You know what? And that's what I thought. I said that in the beginning, like when we was like when I knew her, and this was senior year in high school all the way and we lost touch when I went to Oklahoma. But we always talk about it, stuff like that. And that's the first thing I told her. I was like, the only reason why she's doing that is because, so the backstory is her and her dad were real tight before he died. I forgot how, I want to say it was tragic. It wasn't like they knew it was coming. It was, I want to say a car accident or something. And, but they were like real tight. And it was times where her mother would be tell her to do something, and she'll run to her dad, and her dad be like, "No, baby, don't worry about it." Blah 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 blah. So, but and that's the story she gave me. But when we met, we wasn't even on no relationship type tip. She was just cool, goofy like me, and her mom would always flirt with me, and I'm just like, yes, you fine, but that's kind of weird. Like, and me, I was young, so I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, I'm your daughter's friend, and you flirting with me. Now, we was in the street to be something different, but I'm like, I'm hanging with your daughter. I'm hanging with Shanice, and you're like walking around booty shorts and halter tops or with no bra, shit like that. I'm just like, that's kind of weird, but okay. And so later on, she started telling me stories of shit that she would do, and I'm just like, she's doing that to hurt you, to get a rise out of you. But now we talking about it. Yeah, her mom was suffering from a lot of shit too. So,
And I'm sure her mom ain't never said what it was.
and now I'm curious, like, yeah.
All righty. So, what else we got? This in your, what's else in your baggage?
Man. What's that? What?
What else is in your baggage? So, what about commitment issues?
I don't have commitment issues. I don't. The funny thing, yeah, that's the funny thing. I don't have commitment issues. My issues is loyalty.
On your part or the
On people's part. Like, I'm loyal to you until you show me that you don't deserve it. Then after that, I can be a cold-hearted son of a bitch.
I can agree to that.
Yeah, I can be a cold-hearted son of a bitch.
Yeah. And funny thing is, that's on this thing when it speaks on emotional issues that's in baggage, and it says, matter of fact, now that I'm actually really reading it, do you remember the test that Derek had us do?
Yeah, and Derek said I was a narcissist.
I'm gonna still ride for that.
Mine said the same thing, and I was like, "You liar!"
Mine didn't.
I'm a narcissist. I was like, "Oh shit, okay." Right?
But one of the definitions on commitment issues is on here, where it talks about the dismissive avoidant, when not wanting to depend on anyone or share true intimacy.
I don't remember the results from that.
Well, it's actually time for us to retake that, but I ain't gonna say nothing on that note. But yeah. And it also talked about the anxious, preoccupied about the constant anxiety about being abandoned and having a low sense of worth. Or that fearful avoiding, which I know I definitely had, of wanting a relationship but having a constant fear that you might get hurt.
That's just like life, though.
It is,
that's
but
like.
But doesn't life shape who? Doesn't life have the factors? It's like them ingredients that put you together.
Yeah, that's just like yeah. Because that's it. Don't. And I'm. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hold that to the last one. I'm gonna hold that to the last one. Yeah. Let me write that down right now.
Okay. So all right. So Pinks, what you got?
What the question was again?
What's in your baggage, Heifer?
That's a good.
Peanut butter jelly time.
You know what is honestly a hard question. I used to have, which I think I've talked about before, I used to have really, 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 really bad separation anxiety. But I haven't had to deal with it because I went from having a house with my grandma. You know, my auntie was always coming over. You know, my sister was there sometimes. My mama was there, some just depending on what the dynamic was at the time. And then when I first went off to be on my own, of course, I had roommates. Then, bam, second semester, I got pregnant. So I had somebody that was with me all the time.
Ah,
Later,
okay.
bam, I had somebody else always there with me. Then some more years, bam, now I got 3. I haven't been faced with my separation anxiety, and I haven't dealt with it. So I feel like I may not experience it now, but I feel like when Ivy goes off to college, it'll probably
Ooh.
a little bit, but I still
Ooh.
have 2. And then I feel like when Savannah goes off, it's gonna be like, but I still have the 1. So I'm not gonna have to deal with that until Jace leaves. And I'll be honest, I am hoping by the time my son leaves, I got a husband or something, because damn it, I might lose my shit. Because I haven't dealt with it. So I don't know what to like, even when I'm home alone, outside of sleep, which you know, when I get it, I can get it. But when I rest up and I clean up and I've done everything that needs to be done and my kid's not home, then I'm kind of like, what y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
You want to go out? You want to do something? What you want to come over? Like, I haven't had to deal with it. So that's the biggest
So
thing.
what's causing that? What you don't like? What you don't like about yourself? Why you can't be alone by yourself?
And it's not so much as, I don't think it's me, what I don't like about me. It's just that I don't like to be I don't
Alone.
like to be alone. I don't like to be by myself. And it sounds
Wow.
so weird, but I don't like, even to this day, I cannot say as an adult I have ever went to the movies by myself. I've
Really?
never done that before. I have
That's
never
probably
went
deep.
to a concert by myself. I've never done anything most normal adults can just go out and do by themselves. I've never done it.
Mm.
The most I've done by myself is go dine
Yeah,
in at a
masturbate.
restaurant. You know what, you asshole. And even if I did, that's when I like to be by myself. I don't need nobody present for those activities. I'll take care of myself. Mighty fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's why you coughing.
Exactly. Choke the hell up.
Heathen.
Choke the hell up. DA, that asshole. Motherfucker.
I'm back.
You never really
Oh,
left. Butthole.
oh gosh.
I'm back. Nah, you don't know.
Yes.
Last couple of weeks I've been sick, so I
Yeah,
ain't
we
been
know.
on my shit. Yeah. But guess what, player?
Mm.
Nah, but that's interesting because I've done all that shit. I went to concert, and it's crazy because when you do it by yourself, you meet a whole bunch of different people, like people that you like don't normally really probably rock with.
So I've been told.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
You don't
I
want to.
can't
That's what
do
it
it.
is. You don't want to.
No, I literally, I can't.
You don't want to.
I could probably try, like, which is kind of off topic, on topic, but off topic. I'll just say it this way. I had tickets to go to a movie, had 2 tickets. Instead of canceling the one and still going by myself, I canceled both of them and didn't go. I can't do it. I didn't want to go see Michael Blackston. I can't go do it. Not by myself. I didn't want to go see Cat Williams. Couldn't do it. And Mike Epps is coming. I ain't gonna be able to,
One is the loneliest number you ever know.
but
Two.
I can't. I won't say I can't. That's not.
Yeah, there we
That's
go.
supposed to be on my vision board. I can't. Say that. I can, but I don't want to.
Oh, there we go. Now we cooking. Now we
There we go.
I'll say it that way. I
Yeah.
can, But I don't want to. But no, I don't even like the way that's
Because something is holding you back.
Oh, here we go.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that.
Okay.
All right. We at 1:30. What's that?
Okay. DA, what's in your suitcase?
I got drawers. I got tank tops. I got shorts. I got. I already said what's in mine. What you talking about?
So,
That was the first one.
That's all. That's the only thing you got in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
that's
one
the only
thing?
you don't admit to.
Everything. No, it's everything. It ties into everything. I forgot what the fuck I
Okay,
said.
but what's the everything? Because there's bits and pieces for everybody.
It ties into
Like-
everything. Like I forgot what the fuck. What did I say?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot.
It should be easy
See,
to
that's a
remember.
good thing. I got short-term memory.
Mm.
I developed that recently. That's my coping mechanism. Short-term memory.
I bet it is. AKA avoidance.
No, it ain't no what. What? Please tell me what have I avoided? Please tell me.
We ain't got enough time to go back and roll.
Please tell me, because every question y'all ask me,
Be
I
like,
answer.
look, be like, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Every question y'all ask me, I answer truthfully. Whether I like to or not.
13th.
Nika, on the other hand,
Juriel was asked.
Nika, on the other hand, her ass, she started getting blanking fast, and then her shit cut out. So,
I'm
anyway.
very transparent. Thank you very much.
Anyway, yeah, no, everything. It's like you asked the question about the mom and daddy issues. Yeah, I had that. Still got it, but I've told myself, and that's one of the things I said earlier. Like, I stopped trying to figure out what happened or why with them, and start to figure out how with me. And that, I think, that really, it took a whole lot of stress off me, really, honestly. Like, I keep saying, that's them. Everybody like, oh, your mom and your daddy this, your daddy that. I'm like, that's them. Oh, how your mom doing? I don't know, ask her. Why you don't talk to her? You just don't talk. I mean, it's not nothing wrong. And so it took, like I said, it took a whole lot of stress off me, because now I get to focus on me more and help me transition into the person I should have been 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah, and that's that other reality. That's why you don't put the skeletons back in the closet, because you're trying to move forward.
No, I just put the closet off the ship and let it sink to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
Yep.
Until
that's better than somebody setting them on fire.
Look, okay, I'd rather set them on fire.
Fire, boom, 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 fire.
Let me tell you, it's better than yours. Oh, push them off into the ocean, not the way they be doing these.
And they did. So they gonna come out the closet and be floating in the ocean.
And then somebody's gonna be like, "We just found Duriel's box of skeletons."
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be on the news.
An exhibit on the news.
See, I'm famous.
Smithsonian.
That's how I be. I get famous like that, dog. I get famous.
Like we've been finding dead dolphins and whales on the ocean due to these skeletons.
You probably do. You probably will.
Yeah. I'd rather display my own shit than somebody else to try to go and put my shit out there.
That part.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Like, how would you respond when somebody points? How did you respond when somebody pointed that out to you? Like, you acted just like your mama, or you acted just like your dad.
Ooh, I hate when somebody would say that, or they ask, well, do you do this like your mom, or do you do this? And I'm like, no.
But that's different. Like, that's, you talking about like cooking and stuff. I'm talking about like behavior.
No. I wasn't talking about cooking and stuff.
Oh, you talking about behavior? Wow, they both.
Yeah, I've been asked that. And yeah, me and my mom are definitely like night and day. The majority, we are definitely like night and day. I know that
you be walking around yeah.
I know my detachments, me detaching from people, I get that from my mother. Because she's very quick to cut people off.
Is that a defense mechanism?
I think it can be.
I think it is.
I definitely think it can be.
I do that too.
Yeah. It's like depending on the person.
Trying to save my energy.
Saving energy, not wanting to be hurt. Some people you just gotta cut them the fuck out because they just ain't they vibrate low. I don't have a problem with cutting low vibrations. You thought you thought that's what? Yeah. Somebody need to push you in the ocean with your skeletons.
With some concrete Nikes on.
Damn. Y'all talking about me. Y'all got a couple bodies in y'all closet. Y'all know how to get rid of people real quick, huh?
I don't know. My cutoff game is real. Like I don't
what y'all been doing?
I don't like the nonsense and the shenanigans, the playing games.
In y'all early life.
Not that.
Oh shit! I need to make my damn it. Make me some oxtails tonight.
From a person that be talking about they don't really cook or can't. Come on.
You said what?
Nothing. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. What else would there be? Fear, depression, anxiety, mommy daddy issues, acceptance, people pleasing.
That's a lot.
From the so you lost my train of thought because I almost cussed.
I lost your train of thought. That's your thought. I ain't losing. You lost it.
I just said you made me lose it because you interrupted.
I ain't said nothing.
That short-term memory loss, you might want to get that checked.
I ain't say nothing. I was sitting here just bouncing my ball.
All righty. So, on that note, next week. Well, y'all got
next week.
First off, do y'all have any outros?
No, I got a question though. I got a question.
Are you gonna remember your question?
No, I wrote that. That's why I wrote it down.
Okay.
So the question is for everybody: are you using your baggage or your past as a crutch?
Well, I guess like what I was just saying with my anxiety, my separation anxiety, someone would say it's a crutch to not go and do.
I'm asking you. I ain't say somebody. I'm asking you.
I don't feel like it's a crutch, but I can see how it can be looked at that way.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I'll say I used to, but the more aware that I become of things that's in reality that have been holding me back, I would say no. You want to answer your own question?
I'll use it as a crutch. You know what? I used to. Actually, no, I ain't even used to because I ain't know. So once I started to know, then I was like, nah, I can't rock like this. I can't have continue to let the sins of the ancestors, the people before me.
It just really don't sound right when you say that for some reason. It just
When I
don't.
say what?
Ancestors.
What you mean? Why I don't
It
sound
just,
right?
I don't know. It just don't sound right when you say it. I'm sorry.
So fuck that's supposed to mean? Like I can't have ancestors? What you thought I was born in
Everybody has
a test tube?
ancestors. So everybody has ancestors. It's just, I guess, I don't know. It's just kind of
Oh, okay. The
weird.
sins of
You're
the past. I mean, of
saying it.
people prior to me or whatever. But
Okay.
I can't let that uh continue to disrupt my journey in life and disrupt me enjoying life. Yeah, because
Understood.
I think I actually don't think I know if things were different. I know for a fact I would have been a I know would have been I would have been a Hall of Famer in the NFL. So yeah.
So your baggage kept you from being a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm. Because when it took me a while to understand it. So when everything that went down when I was in camp with the Cowboys and they I didn't get what I thought I deserved, I was just like fuck it. Versus okay, I'll take this little bit and build, take that little bit and build, take that little bit and build. I just had that bucket moment versus sitting there like nah, let me seek counsel.
Seek counsel.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 That's what's up. Okay.
And even before then, I think even before then, I know yeah, my path coming out of high school would have been different, a lot different. Oh, that looks good too.
That's what's up. So last question before we close out. What is one thing that's in your baggage that you are going to either fix or what's the word I want to use?
Finagle.
Yeah, you know, what's that thing? That one thing that you're going to work on this year to get over?
Mm. My ADD. My I'm gonna work on focusing more. Didn't I put that on my what's the name? My board?
No.
Huh?
No, that sounds new to us. I don't remember.
Yeah, I swear I put that on my board.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it is. Mental
Oh,
clarity, balance, and focus.
yeah, but that just says mental. That could be depression, anxiety.
It says mental balance, clarity, and focus. Because what I got, I got a habit of taking on a lot of projects. They call it multitasking. I call it doing too much. So,
Gotcha. That's all I know how to do.
but multitask.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. How does that make you feel?
Like I'm a superb multitasker.
Mm. Really? All right.
Nika Pinks? Question man.
You saw she started to duck her head.
Uh-huh.
Only thing you saw that little ponytail in the back of her head, that puff.
I'm gonna go drop her off at the movie theater.
Shit.
Oh, we should.
And you know what?
Kidnap her
I'm
and put her in
gonna
the.
be sitting somewhere waiting for y'all to come back.
So let me ask you this, Nika. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. If somebody offered you $100 million to go to a concert that lasts 8 hours.
8 hours? What concert lasts 8 hours?
I mean, it's a 5 concert. Everybody you can think of there. But you gotta go by yourself. Would you do it?
It's some people I know gonna be there.
Oh, it's nobody there that you know. Nobody there, but it's a 5 concert and they're gonna give you $100 million.
Well, I ain't no damn dummy. I'm gonna go up in there and I'm gonna probably find me a corner and sit on the floor and charge up my cell phone and be on Facebook.
You can't take none of that stuff. You gotta go by yourself. No. Only thing you got is ID and money to drink with. That's it.
Oh, well then if I got money to drink
wait. No alcohol. Because I know that's. I
was about to say shit. One drink, I'm asleep anyway. Let's run this shit. But I mean, I ain't no dummy. Hell yeah, I'm gonna go for that 8-hour concert. I'm gonna be miserable. But in my mind, I'm gonna be counting all the way up to $1 million. Wait, how much money did you say I was getting?
I don't think you'll do it. I think you'll have a panic attack before then.
I don't like being around a lot of people anyway.
Social anxiety.
Especially the people, I won't even say that on here, but especially people that look like me.
Babe. What? Mean and honored?
You.
And short.
You see that plane took off? Yeah. I go for my money because when I come back out, I'm be counting my coins.
You say that.
But if you would have said something simple, like if somebody would have paid for you to go on a 7-night cruise by yourself anywhere you want to go,
I know you ain't gonna go.
Oh hell no, I'm not gonna go.
I know you ain't gonna go. You could be on a boat by yourself and you still wouldn't go.
You damn right. That's why that question about if you was deserted on the island, what would you take? You got me fucked up because I ain't gonna be on that island. Shit. How'd I get there? I shouldn't be by myself because I wouldn't go in by myself any damn way. So I ain't gonna be alone. Now who's stupid? The dummy that went by themselves.
Oh, my bestie. Oh Lord Jesus.
I'm dead ass too. I am so serious. I'm telling you. The only time I'm trying to be by myself is when they put me in that casket by myself. Then I'll have to deal with it then. But until then, yeah, don't leave a nigga by themselves.
Lord Jesus. Well, all righty.
Oh, better yet, when they bury me, she going. This is, and I'll let y'all in on this. This is my baby. She has been with me for 37 years. This is my, I guess, are you a crutch? I don't think she's a crutch, but she been with me. I'm
okay, Linus.
This is my baby. And she be right in my room, and people that I date be knowing about her because she ain't going nowhere. You gonna go before she go.
Okay, Linus.
But yeah, she gonna be buried with me.
That's
so I won't be by myself. Huh?
It's your comfort.
Yes.
Hey, so I got.
It's my baby. That is my baby.
Would you go to that concert with that?
I'm still not going to the concert. The fuck? No, I ain't going. I ain't even going on the island with her. We not going. I said my casket. She going with me. Everywhere else, I'm not going by myself.
Point blank. Period.
And even she don't like to be alone, so she got a companion too. So it might be the 3 of us. Some poly shit, I don't know yet.
Oh Lord Jesus. Well, on that there note, Lord, next week our topic will be creating and maintaining boundaries. A lot of issues that we have in our life are because we don't have boundaries with people.
You think?
Yep. And that's family, friends, co-workers, bosses, regular dating relationships. Oh,
Yeah, I don't fuck with my coworkers like that. Well, not I shouldn't say that. Not all of them. It's certain ones. I got to see you in the trenches with me before I be like, all right, yeah, we can rock.
yeah. So, but it just even still, just dealing with them day to day. We know we have some coworkers that can be a little fly, say some
Yeah.
little slick stuff. You know, you might need to set that boundary of, bitch, I will snap your neck, and you know, they be, you know, saying some little fly stuff. So, you know, it's important to have boundaries. I didn't realize how important that was till, you know, of course, again, met Derek. Um, so yeah, boundaries are definitely important to have. And you know, usually when you don't is when you have a lot of issues or you find yourself constantly repeating yourself to people, or they keep trying you, they testing your gangster because you didn't create a proper boundary or you didn't maintain that proper boundary. So it's like, okay, yeah, she said it, but I'm gonna keep trying her. I'm gonna keep doing this even though she said it. I'm gonna keep doing it. And I'm gonna keep doing it. It's that crossing, you know, boundary. Because you know, as you know, people gonna test you. You say something, people gonna keep doing it. It's like poking a bear. So it's like keep messing with, yeah. So and you know, at the same time, is the level of lack of respect. I will say that of not respecting something that somebody said. So you know, those boundaries are important. Boundaries are important to create, and many of us do not know how to create boundaries. So you know, that's a lot has to do with the way that you know some of our relationships, maybe siblings, whatever else, where you know we have these issues, but we didn't have boundaries. A lot of us didn't even think we had to have boundaries with people. You know, growing up, ah, that's my bestie, she know me. Oh, that's my sister, she know me. And you find out, God damn it, them the main people you need to have boundaries with. So we are doing creating and maintaining boundaries. I think that's also one of them things. Good start to the new year. It's that you know them gems being dropped, so you can work that out and you know probably fix. Or you know some people might feel like you're your feelings and being a butthead because you ain't taking that shit or whatever you were taking before. So you know boundaries are important. So yes, and we will have Derek on next week with that on creating those boundaries. So I'm excited. So yes, so on that note, we are out because I am hungry. Um, and somebody over there looking a little rough, but yeah, we're gonna work that out. But yeah, stay tuned next week. Appreciate y'all as always, and we out.
Bye.